What's up, everybody? It's me, True Star Screamer. I should be saying it in my handle, but yeah. It's me, True Star Screamer. And we are here with yet another G.I. Joe Classified review. We got our hands on the Hasbro Pulse Exclusive Dr. Mindbender, and I am very happy. I am very thrilled. I remember when this guy came out for pre-order, I was fighting on this one, hitting that refresh button, and very pleased to finally get him. The art is absolutely stellar here. I mean, this looks amazing. This box is one of their best. The package is definitely mint. He is number 43. We've got our codes on here. He's smart. Apparently he can use them. He's not that good on hand-to-hand, but he can use some. Big lightning bolt and good at crafting. But this is what it's all about. The G.I. Joe Classifieds, these box arts on the back is absolutely sickening of how awesome it is. I mean, this reminds me of the Marvel Legends Masterpiece cards, Series 1. And if you're old like I am, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. If not, kids, go hit Google and image search. They're great. I mean, we got Mindbender here. He and Destro. I think this is when they were making Serpentor. Him in his cloning lab getting the DNA. Going under the sea with Destro. Some kind of getting his mind enhanced. I don't know. This is just absolutely epic. Sorry, sneezing time. The box itself is this cool bookend. This is actually it's like a slipcover, which slips right off. And we get the Cobra DNA thing here, which was also used on the Serpentor, which I also have in hand, but since I didn't get the day one reviews, pay attention to this channel. We will be doing a review for Serpentor. It will happen. Don't worry. Also, this opens up gatefold style. And this is the first time I've opened it up, guys. You're seeing this, so we're all seeing this for the first time together. This is pretty epic, actually. This is a really good box. I mean, we've got some kind of weapon here, a rifle, like some laser rifle thing, a pistol. I don't know what this is yet. Some kind of like flamethrower thing. Then we've got, I don't know, some kind of cracked skull, a brain, some vials, a random hand. And then over here, we've got some kind of 2 cases and another pistol. I bet the brain will fit in here and this hand will fit in here. And of course, in the center of it all is Dr. Mindbender himself. We've got the plastic prison here. These are still taped over, but doesn't look like he has any ties. And he should be able to lift right out of here with his cape back there. I am not going to do that live. I want to point out this packaging. We've got the Mars lockers here. This whole thing is like, this is just really cool. Everything's in this case here. It's like he himself is in some kind of suspended animation. I really like this. It's just such a good presentation. Yeah, let's we're gonna hit pause for a second, and then I am going to get him out of the box and we're going to look at all these things. So here is Mindbender completely unboxed. This is an impressive set, I have to say. I mean, let's talk about the man himself. Cloth goods cape. I have attempted to and so far failed, but this has that stitching that looks like I should be able to run a wire up this. Hopefully I'll be able to get that accomplished, because it would definitely make things a lot cooler to give him a cape that can blow in the wind. You may have seen some videos online about paints or the dye of the cape getting onto the arms. I can pull him aside here, pull a butterfly joint, and yes, that is on there. But once again, he's going to be having that cape on pretty much all the time, so that doesn't bother me. Mindbender himself is a very fit man, and he is very proud of his physique, so he does not have, well, a shirt. He has an asymmetric harness, so we've got the single holster on his arm. The pistol is packaged with it. I went ahead and put that in the holster. These gauntlets look absolutely awesome with great painting on here. Only one set of hands, but I think so far only Sergeant Slaughter is the only Joe I've had that's had multiple hands. And they are both in pistol grips. He's got his... I mean, this guy's... Okay, this guy is dressed like a old WWE wrestler. There is no way anyone would actually be wearing these clothes in real life. These are impractical for a lab. I mean, I just gotta say it. He looks absolutely ridiculous, but he totally owns that look. I mean, the Cobra cod piece, yeah, it's just such a ridiculous look. But that being said, God, he's got presence. He's got the monocle on here that's like attached to it. That looks great. The mustache is well done. I mean, you can sit there with the pistol and make it look like he's twirling his mustache like an evil villain. Yes, yes. I can't do a Mindbender impression to save my life. I mean, the articulation is your basic Joe fare with the double jointed elbow, but the gauntlet does kind of interfere with that. Well, you gotta bend the other one first, but he can hold it up here. Full 360. It's got the butterfly joint. That works really well. Waist swivel, but the harness kind of holds him in. Got our drop down hip. Thigh swivel, which is really, really tight on mine. I don't want to risk breaking that. And double jointed knee, that is also really, really tight. I'll probably want to heat this guy up with a hairdryer eventually to get this guy a little loose. But it's kind of weird because, yes, the harness does kind of hinder the articulation. So he can't twist around completely because he's got to stay in there. And then you got the harness and the cape, and we don't want to risk tearing all this, especially for a figure like this that cost, oh god, I can't even remember what I paid, but I know it was too much. Okay, quick drop in edit because I tend to do that now. I did take him off. I did take the cape off, and again, you can see where the paint is on it. Some things I didn't mention that I probably should. He does have a peg in the back for a backpack, which, dear God, that's got to be painful. But it's just a way of, if you wanted to see what he looked like, here he is. Maybe Mr. Clean Magic Eraser can help you with that. But again, that harness does hold the body in really quick. I did want to show you that you can take off that weird black faux lab coat cape, and this is what you get. He looks like he should be going on stage for the Baroness's bachelor party, to be honest. Okay, back to your normal scheduled review. Boots look great. I love the painted buckle, both on the boot and on the holster. And yeah, I mean, that's, like, I was complaining about Outback not having that. That is a really well done detail. Pull back here. Again, more of the harness. We've got a peg hole here for the gas tank weapon, which we'll get to in a second. And his well-defined back. But, yeah, overall, it's a nice Joe fare. And we'll set him aside because he also this version of Mindbender comes with a plethora of accessories. I mean, these take the cake. This one really threw me off. So we've got this skull here, and it's got a split in the center, and when I took it out of the package, I could pop it open, and it's got a socket in there. we also have a brain. If I only had a brain. Well, I got one now. And that plugs right in there. So we can put that and that, and yeah, that in itself is very cool. He's got this. My only problem with this little container here is I would have liked it if it had... Oh. Hold on here. Take the brain out. And the brain plugs in there as well. And we can put the container. And he's got the brain. These were separate. And so that kind of makes it look like we're kind of, I don't know, stimulating the brain, keeping it alive. Like that's his little brain advisor. So that's cool. There was also a hand that plugs into this stand that we can also then put on display here. So he's now doing mutagenic experiments. We've got a pistol with a little arc thing in at the point. It's like almost like a welding arc welder gun. And then we have the tank here, and this is like I mentioned before. This pegs into here. And I think we can bring the hose out through the... I can guide the hose out through here. And then he's got two weapons that both can attach to the hose. Put that in there. And he can hold this just fine. So he's got that, and then he's got the other one that almost has some kind of, again, like a Tesla coil cup front of it. And I've seen in the promotional pics him holding both weapons, but both of these, unplug that here, can utilize the hose. So I actually don't care for this one. I like the Tesla coil one a little better, and plus it has the pistol grip, so it holds into the trigger like that. That looks really good. It's got a hole in the tip. We can put, in this case, this is a Valorverse effect part, but I'm sure we can use also your Joe effect parts, so that looks really good. And then okay, we also have the arc welding pistol that you can put in both hands. And the pistol that he comes with, let me go ahead and get this out. The pistol that he comes with also has the hole in it, so I can put an effect part in there. Overall, this is a very, very good accessory arrangement. I mean, multiple weapons that makes sense for him. The lab display, I mean, we've got more accessories than he needs. I cannot put all the accessories on him, but they kind of work for the aesthetic for him of the Mad Scientist lab. So let's clear this up and we'll do a few size comparisons. So starting off with, there's Mindbender, and here he is with a Cobra Ninja. And he is a little taller, which is pretty neat. One of the things I really like about the Joes is the fact they're not standardized in their sizes. So that's... especially after handling a Marvel Legend, you can definitely see the difference. Speaking of size differences, there he is with Sergeant Slaughter. Again, this guy's much bigger than him, but going for that wrestling vibe. God, he looks so ridiculous. I love it. But there he is with Slaughter, who, by the way, I have to mention, I know in my previous review, I was able to loosen up the butterfly joints a little. I didn't have to do any kind of alteration to it, but I got a little more motion after running it through some hot water. So, but again, they look great together. Breaking out one mad scientist to another, there is the AIM Supreme. Oh God, he just totally outclasses him. I like this character too, but my gosh, you look at the difference what you have here. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I could have AIM meeting with Hydra, AIM meeting with Cobra, but once again, one, they have Mars, and two, I mean, this looks like an import quality figure compared to this guy. And finally, Zemo. Zemo actually looks really good with him. Maybe it's the purples, I don't know. I don't hate this. Nowhere near as bad as the AIM figure. But, again, I enjoyed this figure, if you guys watched my review. But after handling a classified after a legend and vice versa, it is so difficult to enjoy Marvel Legends. But I could pull this off with a photo. These don't look that bad together. Again, I don't know if it's just the purples or what, but yeah. So in the end, one, I think he needed a evil assistant, so he's now been volunteered for that part of the collection. But in the end, Mindbender is an absolute claim to fame for the classified collection. Aesthetically, yeah, this is absolutely ridiculous outfit. I can't help it. Every time, the more I handle it, the more I'm like, oh dear God, who designed this guy? But as a figure into itself, this is all the wonderful ridiculousness of G.I. Joe, and he handles it like a champ. I mean, I didn't even talk about the neck articulation. Again, it's on a regular ball joint. I'm sorry for that. I failed you as a reviewer. But, like, he still can he's got personality. He's an evil, sinister villain. He oozes it completely. These accessories are wonderfully ridiculous. I'm glad, and the box presentation was A+. Hopefully Hasbro will put a re-release of the deluxe edition, but if not, I will tell you, if you just get this guy with the basic weapons, they've got to be releasing him on a retro card. There's no way they could just do a one shot with him. Definitely a fun pickup. So I'll say, don't break the bank on the secondary market, but if Hasbro does reissue him, you are going to want to pick him up. Speaking of picking things up, later I will be doing a Serpentor review. So consider this your teaser for it. So I do have him in hand. It's just I know I didn't make the first run reviews. So stay tuned to this channel, and the best way of doing that is hitting that subscribe button. Of course, give me a like, give me a comment, and until next time,